Every Tuesday and every Thursday.
Hey,
Tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. Hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick every Tuesday. Everything is going down. Thursday. About to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekend, Roy Anthony every Show. Tuesday. It's during the week, homie. The Roy every Thursday. Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a tap in before we gotta tap in. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Every Tuesday.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, it is an honor to be back in the house. I see all the beautiful people lining up. You know, it's just been amazing. The crowds, the people who's been paying attention. Excuse Roy Anthony, because boy, I've been going through I've been not in a bad way neither. Roy Anthony's been blessed. And I'm so grateful for the people that's been coming in with us. Hey, Roy Crew, what's up with you, Dean? You know, I want Dean to come in with, man, I don't see why I don't get the link. I love Dean's commentary because I be wanting people to understand it's not just a black thing. You know, it seems like it was all black panels, but it's not just a black thing. You know, we live in a country where I'm not into all the politics. Yes, I know all the history and we know that, we deal with that, but then we always saying Lord, and so we just want to, you know, it's not just for one group of people. Like, you know, I knew I was headed to hell, and hell didn't have no boundaries. It's all races, colors, creeds, you know, and so we tell our white neighbors, Latino neighbors, you want to come in, we got the kids coming in, you know, because sometimes we as adults, we can't speak for kids. You know, we can guide them and everything, but they have a mindset, you know, and I see we got a house full of people in the house. I feel good, you know, feel like we should be, you know, with some barbecue ribs, Cheetos and all that, you know, but I'm grateful to God because sometimes people say, I've had people say, oh, we can make y'all superstars and have 30,000 views and stuff like that. I'm like, well, man, I think we the private advice, I don't answer them. I just go in the comments for those who's chatting this to each other. We got the young folks in, and I'm so proud of it. Dean said one of the most educational shows on the internet, somewhere where you can ask questions and not catch hate. Asking questions is how you learn. And see, this is what we're constantly saying, you know, and I really appreciate that, Dean, because, you know, sometimes a person you see I'm wearing a hoodie. I got on a Raiders hat. I got on a chain. So some people will take that as like, oh, he's thugism. But you got Martin Luther King said is not know me by my race, my creed, my religion preference, my sexuality, but know me by the contents of my character. I can roll with Dean. Dean is I've got major love for him. He's been with us from day one, and he'll shoot out philosophies. There's things he's answered to me. And so when I say someone's my brother, that's my brother. I ride through the hoods with him. I'm pretty sure he ain't ashamed for me to ride with him. You know, for real. I don't, you know, as people's, you know, sometimes we want to be leaders and got something to say, but we only can generate it to certain people. I'm a all about person. I appreciate when he said one of the most, because we learn. Sometimes we get into the situations where everybody is quoting other people, but not knowing. I got some smart people. I got major love for Christina Carter. They be in background. I got major love for Joi Towner. She did something I couldn't do. I had two kids as a dad with all everything working for me, and it was like, boy, I thought I was gonna hang myself sometimes. Like, I don't understand what the world with the kids. Then Christina got six of them, raising Bill, and you know, I was forced to go take a baptism. Her kids volunteered. Shoot, I've been like, shoot, you wanted me to volunteer to get a baptism. I don't know this man holding me by the nose, talking about in the name of Jesus. But it helped because that's what the word tells us to do. Dean said, come on, man. He know he'll ride with me. I'm being honest because guess what? You know, we, you know, we have so many philosophies, we have religion, but I'm about teaching. And I don't teach nothing that I don't walk it. I walk it like I talk it. We're creating a number where people can call kids, veterans, free of charge. You're gonna be able to talk with me on a one-on-one. I ain't gonna use it on a comedy set. It's between us. Sometimes people can't progress because of depression. That's why I'm gonna bring my people in because I always do the little monologue. Christina held it down for me. Tuesday and stuff was doing well. I was up there taking care of I have some serious business because I'm actually coming up with capital revenue. I'm not a talker. I'm about it. When I say that, hey, I fly down to Memphis and drive down that long highway to Christina, and I can't wait to be able to sell her meal. Look, her kids, somebody in the background, her little kid was like, yeah, he said, man. God told him bless, and he's been blessing me. And for me to be blessed and stuff, as y'all seen, I broke up about tithing. At least I confess about tithing. It must have hit some people so hard because Creflo Dollar just confessed that he was manipulating the tithing. I had to be honest with it. It make us feel guilty. We don't control the warehouses. But you know what? I'm not going to hold this up. I want to bring everyone in. We're going to take sometimes it seems we might go a little bit over or something, but let me bring in my co-star. We got Christina Carter coming in here. What's up with you, Christina?
What's good? What's good? How you doing?
You got it. Always. Much love it. Big Hank will be coming in. He's doing something for the Lord. Our other co-star, we got Joi Towner. What's up with you,
Woo,
Joy?
woo, woo. Hey, y'all.
I be like, woo, woo, woo. So, ain't no feminine in me. I ain't care, so I can do stuff like that. Woo, woo, woo.
How y'all doing?
You doing fine. You rating. I'm rating. I was just showing y'all. Man, they people couldn't believe we was broken at one time, huh?
No, they can't tell.
You can't tell, huh?
Can't tell.
Boy, you better go on.
You can't look like what you've been through.
Ooh.
We make broke look good.
Girl, say that.
And you know what? James, CJS said preach. See, sometimes, you know what, if we wasn't doing it right, see, we could have had major roots. Me and Big Hank had this talk now. We from the hoods. Carl said, hey, Roy, how are you doing, brother? Thanks, Carl, man. I'm doing great. I've been missing some of the shows because really we're working on a capital revenue move. Me personally, for real. I'm not playing. I'm working with WO. That's why we're getting these numbers in line. And people like Carl Loomis, who represents the backwood veterans out there in Oregon, got so much love for them. Y'all look them up. That's the BV Nation out there. Look them up on Facebook. When we get off these shows, look each other up, man. Try to network. Don't be a slave of our own culture. Sometimes we are a slave of our own stuff. Oh, I only know this and that. I expand my rise. I want to know all the Americans. I'm reading about them in the history books. Why not know them for myself?
Facts.
He told me, he said, copy that, brother. Sound like you moving for the better, brother. Glad to hear it for real, because I'm a ride with them. Just like y'all seen Dean Cerny. You seen my man Carl Loomis is a responsible man. That's my bro. Let me bring him back up again. He's a responsible bro. Wishing they'd come on. Got love for him, man. When I go to Oregon, I don't know nobody but Carl and J Dub and them. I'm gonna go hang out with them because I know I'm in good hands.
Right.
He said, Dean, howdy, man. You see, they know each other. I like that. Now, let me bring up our other. I want to make this introduction. That's why I didn't hold her back. Guess who wanted to join the crew?
I ain't surprised. Gonna throw it out there so I can get
Hey,
excited.
look at your boy. Look at your cheeks. Your cheeks filled your whole screen. When I went to bring her up board, you can see who's smart.
I get excited, yes.
Now, this lady right here. Now, let me tell you, I want everybody to understand.
We don't know nothing, Joy. We don't
We
know
are the
nothing.
head and not to tell. Every one of my brothers, from Dean said he's right. He said I watched Riding with Carl. You might just get stuck in the woods deeper than the woods. I'll be safe. I'll be safe for real. They say, Roy, you're gonna have to eat wolf hooves so us to survive. I'll be like, okay, how did it taste? Like chicken? And thanks, man. They telling me I better come up there and see for real. I'm in good hands. I've gone down to parts of Missouri and stuff for real.
Hey, Carl, we coming with them. Don't get it twisted.
The whole army, you better make some room because we coming.
Man, and when they barbecue, they don't barbecue like some of y'all folks. Y'all get it like a couple of slabs of ribs. I went to a barbecue in the backwoods. Them ones had a whole cow. This one had a big old stick, a whole cow. I'm like, good Lord.
Let's
I
bro.
found myself playing like the Cowboys. I just said, forget it. I blew a thing out and just said, hey, Richie just came in and said, hey, see y'all. And he wanted us to give a reminder, just a reminder, August 2nd, we are no longer coming live on Facebook. Man, Facebook is giving us blues. But we're going to go into that. I'm going into that. I want to bring in our new. Now, only while I was making this introduction, I would have brought her in, just like I've done y'all. I would have brought her in all together. But I want to make this a proper introduction. So when people film it and look back at the recordings, they can see that, hey, this woman is an evangelist. And she strives to be better. See, I like when people try. So then she talked to me one time, had, and very serious. So me, I try to make light of stuff. This woman wrote 3 books. You can look them up. She wrote 3 books. She's co-author of 2 other books.
Get it.
And she said, me, I'm an equal opportunist because it has to be a fair conversation. It's not and so she said, I would love to be on the show. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying?
We should be this excited, but
I'm such a hard. I don't know why people think I'm such a hard nut or whatever. It's just that I'm like when Christina first came on. You stop me if I'm lying, Christina, because I got foot. Christina, who's writing a book, and we always want to get, because that's how we got on. She got deep stuff. It was so deep that it made me mad at the people that was around. So then she came on the show one time and opened up and told, and people in her family got mad. So guess what? I came back on and said, I call it out. Now, if you mad at anybody, get mad at me. I'll be your huckleberry. Don't take it out on Christina. She's the victim. I'll be your perpetrator. You come at her, you came at me. I'll be your huckleberry.
Look, he's so serious, and we just
I drove down there. I had no fear. I'm not saying I'm big, bad, and mighty. It's just that when I'm doing the right thing, only thing that can stop me is, I don't fear man who can destroy my body. I'd rather go. If I'm gonna go out, I might as well go out defending somebody. I know y'all probably talk about me in the backgrounds, and I hear y'all text about me and everything. You know what I'm saying? Girl, that's the longest introduction I probably had. They like, come on, bring it on. So, you know what I'm saying? Roy Anthony's name over here in the corner don't mean nothing to no people no more. You see how they do?
Look.
But I'm gonna bring this lady in. She's gonna be part of our crew now.
Nothing to play
Let's
with
give
him.
a shout out to Miss Willette Hurst. How you doing, Miss Willette? Look at her. You finally got the introduction that she
Look,
well
we
deserved.
trying not to run and stuff, and I'm over here trying to keep quiet.
Y'all ladies is something else. See, they don't have no patience for us men. You see what I'm saying?
I be like that little boy. Let me dip myself. I'm ready to get baptized. Hurry up, let's do it. And he gonna dip himself, boy. I be trying to hold my jaws down and stuff.
I think you know what? I feel like I've created monsters because I remember when they was quiet and now they just be clowning now. Y'all smiles is making the world lit up.
Yes,
I don't think I ever been quiet.
Isn't it fun though?
It
They doing
is.
all this because they are so happy to see you, Willette.
Hey, girl, sweet face, sugarfoot. Hey, you here?
Whoa, good Lord. You got all of them. She gonna say that to me once in a while. Hey, sweet face. It's hey, sweet face, sugarfoot, honey dumps, Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Now, how you doing, Miss Hurst?
I'm doing good, but you was killing me on the introduction.
Killing it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
You see how he looking?
I got
I was
the
like, okay,
whole world.
Wait, Christine, you see how he looking?
See why y'all got these little? See, fellas. Now you see, this is a prime example. Them ladies get to talking, they go in the bathroom, they come out, have a whole different continent. Hey, Roy, cool, much love for all y'all. Love, but I got to get back to work. Of course, Carl. Of course, that. You know, we appreciate you, Carl, letting us know and stuff. But how you doing, Miss Willette Hurst, with my long intro and stuff?
I am fantabulous. And yourself?
Oh, I cannot complain.
Long time no hear from.
Yeah, right. You called me this morning. They said that's why we love you, Joi. Oh, that's Joi. I didn't see it right. Yeah. See, you know what? Let me tell you something. The people love our conversation. We got kids. We got a beautiful futures in the background.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Well, I'm about to bring them up because, see, you know what? I'd rather them try to learn from us talking real than they want to hear it from somebody at the pool hall or around the block and the other kids think it's cool. You feel me?
Right.
I love kicking it with the kids. I love kicking with them. Look, I tell anybody, look, positive, what's the word say? You help me.
Positive affirmations of
bad company corrupts good manners.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever wonder why somebody young lose their life when God promised them 78 years? The only way you can lose your life. I can tell y'all texting each other. This is what they do, y'all. So I'm Roy Anthony, right? So the show is called the Roy Anthony Show, and the Lord told me to open up the conversations and stuff. But what they do is they tease me on behind. But it's all of love. I know that they're not being facetious and all that, you know, because I was going to get to a point. Now, I want to make sure this big Hank, Christina.
Yes.
Can you bring in the kids?
I can. I'm on there. I got you.
Bring them in for me.
All right. Typhoon Panda in the building.
Oh, that's my brother.
I know. Let's get him on here. Hey, Typhoon, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? What's the combo today?
Look, I can't get Typhoon to come in the house none, and then he see all these women on here. Then he be like, "Yeah."
I didn't even know who was on here yet. I was running around.
It's a little bit.
My baby. This my god brother right here. My baby brother right here.
How you doing, Typhoon?
Hello, everybody.
We have some babies on here today, Typhoon. We have, yeah.
I'm out.
Wait a minute. Hold up before you bring in the babies.
I'm
I'm
out.
trying to wonder about this. You know what I'm about to say.
It's right here.
This is my chocolate Chesney hat.
Hey man, they asking you because Tafu he just fell out. He had to find himself. Somebody said, Tafu, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great.
Are you in the hospital? You ain't in no
No.
hospital.
I'm just in my room, just chilling.
Okay.
Really don't
sure.
want to get up for real.
Well, why you with the cowboy hat? It sounds like you've been up all morning milking cows and feeding chickens and stuff. Now you saying, hey.
Hey, don't let this cowboy hat fool you. I'm a white collar worker and I don't wear boots.
Okay,
I got this hat at a gas station.
Hey man, but Christina's gonna bring in the kids. We're gonna have an open conversation.
What are we gonna conversate about here today? What is?
Oh man, you know what I said? It was an open conversation today because, well, I did have a set conversation. I did. The subject is about these ministers, but I want the babies, everybody to come in because they sometimes have a thought about what's going on too. They see church and everybody getting money, and we don't want people to, feel
they can relate to the topic. So, go ahead with your topic. Go ahead, tell them your topic first before I bring them in.
The topic was when will the preachers stop making the general public feel guilty for what they supposed to be doing?
Y'all got it?
When will the preachers?
See, I'm gonna get to a point. I know it sounds kind of odd when the preachers is putting the guilt on the general public, and we're gonna get on to that. Will man rob God?
Do you think?
Yeah, so let's bring them in. Let Christina bring in the people, and then we're gonna have a.
Tafu was looking like, wait.
Yeah.
When Dean said
something, he's still trying to process it.
Now who we got here?
I know I can see it all up here going on.
Unmute your mic,
Unmute your mic. Who we got? Talk with me. Hello. Somebody's music is on.
Hold on.
I couldn't hardly. Now, what's up, young man? Who we talking to?
Hey. My name.
Your name, hey?
What's your name? Tell me your name.
He's so cute.
That's how you gonna say?
What's your name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Okay, and what's your name, big man?
Jaquavis.
Okay. Well, I thought your voice was gonna be a lot. His voice came out there, baby. You about to be about 6'5". What's up, man? I'm great. And my man right here. What's up? That's that Riley.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you again.
Good. How about you?
Oh, I cannot complain. That man got manners. He asked
I just love it.
Well, I like that. We can have a conversation. How you doing? How you doing? I like it. You know what I'm saying? He chill back. And then who we got? LJ back in the house.
Hello.
LJ don't like to show his lips or nothing. He like, you will see me from my nose and glasses.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
But you know what? I like the background. That's cool. But he's in the house. He's in the house. And you know what? Some people like what you got in the background, that lion. Okay, people. It's good to see everybody. As everybody knows, that our show is an open conversation. Sometimes you see me leaning because I'm looking, I'm listening to people, I read the comments, and I'm really paying attention because as everyone knows, okay, young men, those LJ, Raleigh, Isaiah, am I saying it right?
Jaquavis.
Jaquavis. I'm gonna call you Jay because I messed up with a lot of syllables in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I don't want to mess up your name. It'd be like, so I'm gonna call you Jay. And y'all have your mother is Christina, right? Christine, okay. They just as healthy and proper. And Raleigh, your mother is Joy, right?
Yes.
All right. My daughter couldn't be in. My son, he graduated, so he's kicking his way for summer and stuff. He wants to feel like he's grown. Tafu, a very responsible man. That's my brother. These women are very responsible, y'all. Now, y'all know about church, right? LJ, you
Yes.
been in church, right? I know you have, Raleigh, and stuff because that's the key of it. The word of God tells parents to bring the kids up in
He's
the
too
church.
cool. He gonna give us the thumb.
And hey,
Oh,
you know,
Marlon.
somebody typing something. Somebody
Somebody phone scratching or something.
or their mic. It might be their mic connection or something. Okay, look. When you in church, kids, I want to talk to the kids. Because God said, and we know it's summertime, so I appreciate y'all taking an hour out of your summertime to be here. Now when you go to church, what do you think about it? Like, what do you especially like about in the church? Let me start with you, LJ.
What I especially like about
Yeah,
church,
yeah,
the music. I do like the
okay,
music a lot. So yeah, and then
I can relate.
the message that the pastor gives, and yeah, that's just about it right there.
And you 16?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you are okay. Thank you.
No.
Music was one of mine too. What about you, Isaiah? What's yours?
Same way he said the music, the message, and what the pastor preach.
Okay. How about you, Raleigh? You in a whole different state from them. What you feel?
My favorite thing about church is the food.
The food.
He's honest.
Themselves.
There
Honesty.
ain't nothing like a Sakatumi
Honesty.
cake from the church.
That's my
Lemon
nephew.
cake.
You ain't gonna get nothing but the truth from Riley.
Honesty.
Hey,
Nothing
look
but the
here.
truth.
And that's what I'm saying.
See y'all later.
Hey, Raleigh, you don't have to mute him. He got his mic mute.
Can I ask the young brothers, ask y'all what are they, what I don't know what they telling you in church now. I was just wondering if it's the same thing that we was told, that the Bible is all you need. You don't need nothing else but the Bible. Are they still telling you that in church?
Yes.
They saying tithes and offering in church.
Oh yeah,
now.
that too.
Well, see, first you have to look at from their standpoint. We can't look at it from an older person's standpoint.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Because
I'm
they be
asking.
like, well, I
Oh,
don't
it's all
know.
over here.
Yeah, because look, see, that's first we have to see where the mind is. I like Raleigh's answer because you got to work through all this. I've waited in the church too, thinking about that that 7-Up cake and stuff that you're about to sell at the church. And I got some change in my pocket. I can feel. The thing is, I feel like if there's an interest in what a kid like, especially on the church you first go, it makes me think that LJ, Isaiah, and them, they into the music, they into public speaking. When I was your age, I'm not lying. Y'all must got a preacher that only preached for 10 minutes because when I was a kid, preachers preached so long, I'd be like, man, forget this, boy. I don't know, wore out 3 or 4 butt cheeks trying wait for this man to get through preaching. So, I mean, I just be honest. The benches were hard. I got cushions now. We used to have wood benches.
Right.
I couldn't wait for somebody to start singing so I could step up and loosen up my butt cheek, but I'm just being honest.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
So the young people, so now you're reading the word of God, you're in church, you like the music, you like the sermons. How does it apply to you outside of the church walls? Are you using what you learn inside of the church outside in life?
I do, depending on the message. Because
LJ,
sometimes
why you had to clean your voice first?
My throat was a little clogged.
The 16-year-old men, we go through that. See, the ladies don't understand that. When we going into puberty, our throats get doing. So we gotta, yo, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Right there.
But go ahead, LJ. What was you saying, bro?
So depending on the message, because sometimes depending on what church you go to, the message ain't it, and it's just full of bias and opinions, that the pastor has.
Is he the one that's gonna be the pastor? Is that the one that's gonna be the pastor?
Maybe though y'all breaking in. I can't hear the man or nothing.
Ooh,
I couldn't hear him at all. Boy, you about to be a preacher. You see the effect that you had on the ladies?
Y'all so funny.
That man couldn't say one word. I was doing like this. They were like, whoa, Lord, hey, what's up, my heart?
Wait for Javari, y'all, because that's the one he needs to be up in hearing this.
Who?
My other son.
Which one, right here or no?
I got a lot of them, but I'm talking about the fourth one.
Oh, okay.
So LJ, finish what you were saying. Well, you said it's not. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but finish.
Some of the preachers full of bias and just opinions that they have on life, and not from the Bible, or they get the scriptures from the Bible, but just say it in how they say it. Like they'll say one part of a verse and just go off of that instead of saying the whole verse and saying what the Lord really said. So
I hear you, boo.
Boy, but can you see a youngster said that?
You know why they saying that, LJ? LJ, you know why? I can relate to that.
LJ know why we saying it.
You know what? Now, before you said these thoughts, did you express these thoughts to anybody? Or you just kept them to yourself?
I say bits and pieces every now and again to certain folks, but some folks will look at me, like I'm crazy. They'll say that's what the Bible said because the preacher said it. I was like, just because the preacher said it, don't mean it came from God or the Bible. Because
now
say that.
Now you done said something, because I say that all the time. Somebody came to me. LJ, I want you to hear this. And all you young fellas, y'all hear this. You hearing it from Roy, my brother, top food behind and stuff. I'm gonna tell you like this. When the pastor say, you want to make God mad, tell him your vision. You ever heard that?
You want to make God laugh, tell him you
want to make God laugh, tell him your plan and all that. You've heard that, right? Let me tell you something. That is not biblical. The words say, man without a vision will perish. What you do is you come up with a plan and say, Lord, help me with that. See, that's a lazy person to tell me, well, just sit back. Well, do you got something for me? Well, no, I just need you to do what you can and get the tithes in.
Well, I was going to ask you, guys, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I was going to ask, really was the same bull crap that's being preached to us as when we was young it sounds like it's still in the church to say that the Bible is all you need, when we know man took books out of the Bible. So if God gave you the instructions to build a shelf and your brother took out pages 5 and 6, why aren't we seeking all that knowledge instead of just half the knowledge? And it sounds like LJ had his Bible open.
Hey, Typhoon, I can ask you, look, for one, no matter what part of the parchments, I look at the Bible as basic instructions before leaving earth.
Okay, I understand that. But hold on, stop right there. But I'm saying, stop right there. You said basic instructions before leaving earth.
Yeah. That's not all the instructions.
Right. Yeah, all the instructions ain't there.
Yeah, but guess what? While I'm sitting up here, I work with the instructions that I have now, though. See, I can't complain about what I don't have.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because the little things that we do, because even the little things that is asked of us, we suffer from that. See, there's the little things. See, it may be on there saying you shouldn't even wink at your neighbor. But
we are so lost.
But see, we can't know. How we lost when, look, let me tell you something.
Because that books of the Bible were taken out by man.
Yeah, well, they tell you, I'm saying this.
And you keep saying that it's basic instructions. Like, I'm going to work with what I have.
And find out the rest of the parchments of the Bible. I'm going to use what I barely have because it tells us thou shalt not fornicate. Now, that's a simple little rule to hold. Now, what more do you need if it tells you thou shalt not fornicate,
Okay,
you need the
okay.
other 4 books to tell you really what is fornication.
If that's the case, hold on. If that's the case, if that's all you need, then we are very lost because we don't know our history. Because if
But
you
you
if
didn't
you want
ask
to
me
go
my
back, hold on.
question.
You said
I didn't ask you a question of, you asked me, is that all I need? I never stated that. I never
no.
stated. I said is, see, you went into a question like this, which is called a compound question with a statement. You asked a question and then you gave the statement. What I'm saying is, you went like this, bro. Is the Bible all we need? Before we can answer, you went to the historicness of what we're missing from the Bible. Now, what I'm trying to explain is that no, the Bible is all we need. It's about socialism. Sometimes cats who in the military has mixed up the laws of how what they've learned from veteranism and then mix it with the Holy Bibleism and then think that the general publicism should be riding with this. See, I tell everybody it's an individual thing. What may not work or work for you, all the other people can't conclude that I'm not going to put this down because I'm missing some parcels. See, there was a Kung Fu movie I knew, and the guy wanted to be the master artist, but he only found parcels of the book, of the training. So he knew how to do the blocks, but he couldn't figure out the certain kicks. So as he pondered and had, you know how it is in martial arts, you and I have been through that. Me and Tafu is he's on the register board. We don't brag about it, but I'm very good with Tai Chi and Wing Chun. I'm very good. That's why I can beat his size walking through the hoods. We don't use it unless we have to, but we don't talk the full thing because some people's mindsets, like Tafu, his name is on the plaque. He has learned stuff that he can kill a person in within 15, 20 seconds with his hands. But some people don't have the parchments. Now, it's like James Brown said, I may not know karate, but I know crazy. So if I don't have the full parchments, I work with what I have until I run across somebody who might have the full parchments, and then I can find. But I'm not going to say I'm limiting myself because I have limited information. I cannot go with that. What I got, the knowledge of what I have now will make me go more, because God is not a man who can lie. He is not flesh. He is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Now, you don't got all of it, but he told you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's a start.
Oh, okay. And now and let me just say this.
Yeah.
Why did
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's open.
Can we let LJ finish his statement, because y'all went all across the world?
Well, that's what. Wait a minute. I want to let him finish this first, Miss Willette. Then we're gonna come back to LJ because I keep seeing that spirit coming like that, and this is the same time. So we want to address it because this must be something on my man's mind. What people don't understand, if Tafu don't mind, why he's saying like this with the kids, and he's being honest. His son, if you don't mind me talking about Tafu, you mind me?
Go ahead.
His son was murdered.
Oh.
His only son. Not too long ago, and the perpetrator has never been found. And with him being a bounty hunter himself, this dude can find anybody in the globe. I can know that it affects him that he can't find someone who murdered his son innocently. His son wasn't out there like that. If you know him, like, you feel me?
So
He's coming hard in the paint. So the cat, he ain't taking over from LJ Willette.
I know. I didn't know that.
He wants to understand that, because sometimes when a person goes through a tragedy, some people seem to not, and that's what Tafu. I'm not saying he's up here affected, whatever. We've been through it.
No, LJ sound like he's one of the few people in churches that actually has his Bible open.
That's, as a kid though, that is amazing, because most adults don't have their Bible open.
Right.
But see, the road to hell is wide and swift. The road to glory is short and narrow. And that's why I was trying to say, Tafu, whatever little parchments we need. I was impressed when, just them going to church.
Because listen, because of what LJ said is what made me think he's hungry for knowledge. And I
Right.
can remember being this type of kid. And what I was gonna just shout out to you, LJ, is that we look at like he said basic instructions before leaving Earth, but we know that information is out there. We should be seeking all the information. And if you want to go before the Bible, you go to back to where black men, black people, period, was the laws of Mayat first. The laws of Mayat. Look that up first. And then that's way before the 10 Commandments. That's way before this Bible and all this other stuff was even birthed. Right. It was the laws of man, the 42 laws of man. But man couldn't follow that.
Not to cut you off, but let me ask you a question. Because I'm into the now. I love the now generations, right? I do. Yeah. I like them. Because I wish that I'm Generation X, but the now generation is money. You know why? It's because you say, well, how does that benefit me? How does that pay my Edison bill or put a house over my head with me just knowing this?
Because when you are light, you walk different. It helps you because you make different decisions in your life when you walking around. That's why it helps you today. It helps you today because guess what? When your friends want to put you on some fuck shit, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Just real talk. You know what I'm saying? You have the light in you to make better decisions. That's why that helps you pay your light bill.
What I'm saying, look. You're looking at a scoundrel at one time. The little piece of parcels that I did get helped me to get to this point. See,
but the person that you're missing might lead you to the next point.
What'd you say, Joy?
I said, but the person that's missing might lead you to the next point. So I understand.
Thank you, sister.
Hey, know how I feel about that. Hey, man, get your hand off my forehead. Everybody knows, dude was playing.
I can't play with him.
He doing me like this. Now, I don't know the dude. I don't know this guy. I go to church and they say, come up if you want to have prayer. I said, okay. And next thing you know, dude like, I said, hey, man. He looked at me like I'm the demon. I don't know what you saying, bro. You may not like me. I hope a horn come on his head. Oh, Lord, let a horn come up on his head and stuff. Paul said, why the world would you speak in tongues if you can't have an interpreter? Jesus didn't tell you to speak in tongues. That's somebody man-made. He said to say, our Father who art in heaven. Don't hold my head talking about, nah, dog. You were just saying them same words with the person you was holding their head just a second ago. I don't want their blessings. I want my blessings. God bless this young man. I love him, all that. You don't have to grab my forehead because I think that's a charm. Squeeze you by your temples, and when you let you go, you fast out. Oh, we got the Holy Spirit. Nah, I got an aneurysm.
If you saying that, okay, like we don't even read the Bible from front to back, like LJ said. We don't open our Bibles because if you're looking for the kingdom of God is in you. If you read like Matthew 6, verse, I think chapters 5 through 7 or something like that, or whatever. It like even in prayer, it tells you that you're not supposed to be praying out loud and everything else. It says that you pray in silence.
But
you pray in silence, and I will open you. Yeah. I will reward you openly. You're supposed to go to the closet and pray. You're supposed to pray when you're driving in your car.
But
when you stop.
But you got a good valid point. But you know what I do? I do it like this. I look at a person's fruits. If you're doing all that, you don't have to tell me because you know me. You know how to do. A picture tells more than 1,000 words. See, the word of God say, it say you didn't have nothing but this little part. If you believe in God, you do it well, because the devils believe and they tremble. See, we let the movies and everything, then we plug it up our minds. We got the movies thinking that the devils can reach our mind. How many of your kids, how many of the dumb fellas, do you believe the devil can reach your thoughts and stuff from the movies So they got good teaching. Some people, when I was a kid, I'm like, I ain't trying to think like that. The devil knows, but it tells you he cannot. But guess what? It's to each his own, because I'm gonna tell you, there was a movie, young fellas. It was a movie called Fright Night. It's about a vampire. Now everybody knows that a cross is supposed to be able to hurt a vampire. Everybody agree? In the movies, you see a vampire, you give him a cross. Well, in the movie Fright Night, the dude's hand was shaking, and the vampire grabbed the cross from him, grabbed it and crushed it up. And then he told the guy, you got to have faith. Just as long as you know that there is a spiritual God, he will put in your heart what you need to know. But if the parcels is missing, he may not need you to know that, because you ain't mastered the little ones I gave you now.
That's not true, Roy.
How would you know?
Because God, listen, if God, you saying by that doctrine, God put all these books there, and we know that man took them out. God didn't take them out. Man did. If I know my brother and sister,
there was a war. Man didn't really take it out. There's a war, and there's a fight over
whether it's a board or not, that's still man. Man took it out. If I know my brother and sister read away with pages 5 and 6, how can I build this shelf effectively? How can I build it solidly? How can I make sure that the foundation is right if I know my little brother done read off with pages 5 and 6? Because obviously, guess what? The people who wanted me to build the shelf have it in there for a reason then.
Okay, look here. You know you and I, and we ain't gonna make it a concentrated you and I conversation.
All right, because you'll lose again in this debate. Go ahead.
Yeah. And see, he's looking hard. See, some of the ladies, and which I'm glad that they've been reading their 2 Timothy. I appreciate that.
First Timothy.
Wait a minute.
Women supposed to learn in silence.
Wait a minute. Just see, you don't supposed to say it.
See, now you about to get in trouble.
See, I was saying, look, Now
you about to get in trouble.
Look.
Now you about to get in trouble.
Wait a minute. Typhoon is notorious. There's my brother. What's up with you, Big Hank?
Hey, Big Hank.
What's happening, y'all?
What's up, Big Hank?
What's going on?
The word for God.
Yes, sir.
Ladies, that's my favorite verse. I'm sorry. Woo!
Hey man, look, let me tell you. This is in the one. This type of conversations.
I see. I'm gonna move both of y'all up to the top of my prayer list.
Yeah. Well, see, let me tell you. This is the thing. First, you got to know God. When me and Big Hank was together, and I'm gonna use Big Hank because I know Big Hank would be talking, and he would say words and everything, and people will say the question, how is he the head deacon of the church? Because God, for one, doesn't measure you off the words coming out your mouth, unless it's talking about hurting someone. He doesn't measure you off of what you're putting in your body unless you're about to kill yourself. He measures you off your heart.
Your heart.
Now, every black church I've been around, the neighborhoods look very tore up around it.
All the time.
All the time. See, I want the young men to hear us men talking. They hear mothers all the time. Am I correct? LJ, Jarrell, Isaiah, wait a minute, Joi, wait a minute, because the ladies always have the time to talk to the children and the men. But when the men are here talking with them, because they don't really get that. Do you get this a lot? Do y'all young fellas get this a lot?
Y'all need to come to my church.
Where your church at?
No, I'm talking about just men talking to you. Just some responsible men talking to you. Do you get that a lot? Dude said, I ain't know you was, my son was will bring his friends over, and they said, man, I don't even know what it feels like to be a dad. Big Hank, they be texting and everything and stuff on the road, you know what I'm saying? And so, and let me tell you something, ladies. This is all, look, I salute you. I'm proud of you. Young men, we're asking you, you know what I'm saying? All men isn't the thugs, isn't the tattooing all over their face and stuff, because A dude with tattoos over his face, he can make it seem like it's cool. But if I go to the bank and he's my bank teller, I think I'm gonna wait till the next guy because I don't
Hey,
trust
back.
dude with tattoos on his face dealing with my bank account.
I don't even want them dealing with my food, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? Now I'm not trying to be, but you know
Y'all
what?
shouldn't be teaching that judgment.
But
That
let me
ain't
tell you
you.
something. Big Hank
Hey,
comes from the hoods.
we all judge.
And let me tell you something. He would talk. So I would tell people and say, well, hey, he said this and he said, they talking about a word. They wasn't talking about the subject he was saying. Only church I've seen where the whole neighborhood is clean around. I say that because he's there working and cleaning and helping and all that, right? Now, I don't want nobody to smile in my face and act like they got my back and be the worst story I had to tell. It's the ones that's going to come to you a little hardcore and say, I got your back. I tell you, young men, listen to your mother, respect and honor so your days can be long upon the earth. Sometimes I wonder, I've been shot, Big Hank been shot, Tafu has been shot at, and he's so smooth, he can dodge bullets and stuff like that, you know. But I'm just saying, is he's been through a lot, and guess what? We're still here because I respect my mother. I respect my elders. They think they telling you something so you can go out there and get hit by a car. Or one time my mother said, stop running. And I ran and the car went, bird, almost hit me. Well, my mother grabbed me and she said, if you got hit, I was going to kill you. I was more scared about her beat me for killing myself.
Consequences back then, though. Ain't really no consequences now. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Everybody, just like you just said earlier, just a little while ago, just a few seconds ago or a minute ago, whatever, saying that, you know, with the tattoos on the face and teaching judgment, we have to realize all these things is out here. We always quick to accept somebody saying, okay, I like that shirt you got on. We'll accept that. That's judgment. We'll accept the good judgment, but if you say anything bad, now you're intolerable. Now you're doing all these other things. But the thing is, when it's good compliments or good judgment, oh, we'll love that all day long. We don't question anybody when they say, okay, I like your hoodie. I like that hoodie, Isaiah. I love it. But if I say, oh, I don't like that hoodie, Isaiah, oh, you judgmental, you being judgment. Now you judging people.
But that's different. That's a clothing, and that's different than judging somebody for tattoos on their face because everybody has a past. So
I understand.
That decision he made in the past. So to say if this person has tattoos on their face as a teller, you wouldn't give him your money. You judging him with his past versus
okay, no.
the person he is.
I'm not judging. I'm judging him before his outer appearance. But the thing is, though, it's still a judgment. Even if I say, hey, I like those tattoos on your face. That's what made me come to you. I still made a judgment. It was just positive.
Hold up, Tafu. Wait, finish what you were saying, Joy.
No, I was just saying because y'all was talking about this teller, and if you know he had tattoos and stuff on his face, you wouldn't want to take your money or whatever. And I said
I was just being joking.
I know, but then I was joking, and I said, well, you shouldn't teach these kids that judgment. That ain't cute because when we all have opinions, that's factual. But judging somebody to me is different than your opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
see, what I'm saying is like, would you want your kids to be tattooed in the face? Because you seem like you would want them to get a good job.
Right. Well, I would want them to be entrepreneurs and own something. I wouldn't want them to have a job and work for nobody. I don't want you to make somebody else rich.
Now there
it is. But you gotta start somewhere.
Facts.
Nobody got nowhere by themselves.
That's why it's all taught from childhood up. You know what I'm saying? You make choices as a kid that affects you as an adult, but that don't mean an adult with another adult should judge them because as an adult, we recognize that as a child, we make some decisions. You know what I mean?
Understand, but guess what?
But I know what you're saying about good judgment and bad judgment.
It's still judgment. Think about it like this. If you, one second, Roy, if you see even us, you know how we talk about, we upset with profiling, those things like that. Those are judgments, right? Think about it like this. If you see if you go to a Waffle House and you see the chick out there with no hairnet smoking and not washing their hands or whatever, you're gonna be like, before you go in there, you're gonna be like, I bet you that place is nasty. I'm rolling out. You're not gonna
I'd
do it.
probably be like, I don't want her to serve me.
No, to be honest, I've seen people that I felt uncomfortable when they went back into the building and I seen them not wash their hands. I just didn't go in that restaurant. I'm not gonna judge it. I just choose not to go in there. I'm not gonna judge the people in there. But I'm making a choice.
Somebody just said Justin Lupi.
But that's still a judgment. You went in there because you judged that those people were nasty or whatever the case may be.
I just
because you didn't say
I'm not
it.
judging them. I just don't agree.
Yeah, well,
with
but look. What we try to do is make it an open. She made a statement, but we got other people saying they agree with Joi. That's where opinion. Now, young man, you see how we're talking? We're talking. It's not it's never a confrontation. It's a conversation.
We were in the midst of talking. My other son Javari had tuned in as well, so he's on here.
Hey,
yeah, I see him on the screen. I was about to speak to him. I said he just showed
up. You got a basketball team?
I have 6 kids, Typhoon.
Oh, you got you got to start in 5 with a 6-man coming off the bench. Okay.
Yes, I have 2 cheerleaders too. I have 2 girls, so yes, I have it all.
Now, Evangelist had to. She had to leave off. She had said earlier she may have to leave off.
Okay, LJ, did you want to finish your
It's in the church, but we've heard I see where LJ's coming. I want to hear from Isaiah. Isaiah seems to be very. He pays very attention. You know, I'm looking at him. He's listening. He's paying attention. Everybody else sometimes is wondering. He's looking. You know why? I expect that he's the youngest. And he's watching all the other 3 older brothers do some things. Am I correct, Isaiah? Speak to me, man. Speak to me.
He was ready.
It's you and me.
What you're saying is the truth.
All right, now speak to me. No, you don't press that microphone button. I know it's the truth.
He was talking about me when he said that.
I'm looking at him. Let me tell you something.
Thank you, Isaiah.
What you say, Ty?
He was talking about me when he said what I said was the truth. Thank you, Isaiah. But go ahead.
Look. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been watching Isaiah. I watch all of them. You know, and Isaiah has been paying attention. He's watching. He watching Big Bro, Middle Bro, Little Bro of him. And that's Big. He sees mom and everything. I love to see y'all 4 brothers because let me tell you, y'all may fight, or I'm gonna tell Mama if I know she might know it. They might fight and argue in the house, but let somebody mess with them out there. It's an automatic reaction. Boy, look, and guess what? You better put it on them, and they know next time don't you mess with the Carter family. You understand me? Raleigh, you got brothers now. Look, you in Colorado Springs. We'll be all coming out there. We coming over to your house with you and your brother.
Man,
having dinner. He said, "You ain't coming to my house." You know, we're gonna have, you know.
What do young? Let me ask this right quick, Roy. Yeah. What do y'all young ones feel like about judgment and stuff now? Anyway, being judged.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bar.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
What I feel about judgment is way different. Like, it's a lot of different kinds of judgments. You can judge somebody in a good way, speaking life into them, like helping them out and talking good about them, lifting them up. And it's another way of judgment where, like Joi said, you can't compare that. It's 2 different things. And how I feel, if you're gonna judge somebody, that means you got something going on with yourself that you need to fix. You need to find somebody to talk to. But it's like, how I see it is, say for instance, Joi talk about me saying, "Oh, you did this and you did that." She judging me from my past. That means you still got something that you need to work on. That's just how I see it.
And I'm gonna tell you something that's good opinion because it says, like, if you ask somebody for forgiveness and they don't forgive you, you know that sin is on them now. You have to say that. Now, with you talking, you sound real smart. What grade you in?
I'm going to 10th.
You going to the 10th?
Yes, sir.
You know what I expect now? With the wisdom that you just displayed, I see nothing but straight A's and stuff, bro. You know why? Because you put you know. That means then you. Let me tell you something. You know what we'll do because we try. You know, we so we'll dummy ourselves back when I'm listening to you talk. I'm like, man, this dude right here is deep. You was getting the point. So now with you knowing that lets me know, oh, there's no way this dude ain't making straight A's. Then you'll be dumbing yourself back. You hurting yourself because it's put out there now.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
You're correct.
Only why you can make bad grades because you say, oh man, I'm not doing this stuff. What is this, a test, man? I'm not doing this stuff. That's the only thing you could be doing because I just heard your word. That wasn't from your mother. That wasn't from Isaiah or your two other brothers, L and Jay. That wasn't. It's you. You just spoke up. I gave you a simple little thing, and you spoke up. Top food. You right there in the conversation. So that means if you don't have good grades, who's that on?
It's always on.
You not having options. Who is that on?
Yeah. Who's that on, Jay?
You.
Turkey.
You the one who's talking. What's Jafar?
Jafari.
Who's that on? If you don't come out with good grades, who's that on?
Me.
Yeah, you.
So you're responsible. He asked you a deep question and you answered it.
Yeah, that was dope. I see. For me, I've been like, even for my kid, I promote ownership because you're gonna get judged when you walk out your door from whatever you put on and you thought was the shit in the mirror. You gonna get judged. Period. But the thing is, the reason why we have a lot of problems today is because we don't preach ownership of those choices.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Thing is that
it's about ownership.
But
because,
we don't listen to the kids though, Tafu.
But no, this is what I'm saying. If you push ownership, then guess what? Nobody can knock you off your rock. Just like if you know how you have some people that have faith, like when we was growing up, they would say, you don't read other Bibles and this, that, and the other because you know, be like, you know, you're supposed to be supposedly looking for another God if you read other Bibles or this, that, and the other. Not saying, hey, guess what? I want to know and be able to recognize what I see out into the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've been taught wrong. But what I'm saying is, hold on, it's coming back. If you have ownership, then can't nobody get you to sway the other way. So if I do say, hey, Javari, I don't like that hat. Hey, I don't care because he owns it. And he says, hey, this is what I chose to walk out the house with today.
And that's
you
why
know what I'm saying?
Yourself and not other people.
Yeah, any other judgment that you have, even with the tattoos on your face. I did this when I was a kid or whatever, or this, that, and the other. It's going to always be somebody on the other side of that teller line that's going to skip the line. But guess what? It doesn't make me feel any kind of way because I have ownership.
And it takes a lot of
ownership. See, what I'm saying is sometimes we do that, and sometimes it comes across. I know if I was a kid, I'd be like, here they come preaching this old stuff again.
What you
tell me something I can relate with. You tell me
it's
something
a whole different generation now. Like how we were raised back then is cut different now. So we have to adjust, not trying to decrease what we were taught, but some like Willette said on the other show that we have to meet people where they are. We cannot chastise the kids now because they're not like we were, because we didn't have stuff to worry about in times such as these.
Yeah.
Well, I
Young
think it's
kids
more
are
easier,
more.
Christina, because when the crack came
I think
out
it's a
in
little easier too, to
'86,
be honest.
It's
yeah,
a little
in
easier, but
'86,
they don't understand. We didn't understand a lot of things that they understand now as children
because
because
you
we
know why?
wasn't
They are
Yeah,
more
because they
advanced.
have video references and everything. You and I,
they
well, I
have
know I
help like to
I think
understand.
I
I
think they're
mean,
more
I may
advanced
not be
because of
saying it
us.
right, but it's different. It's completely different. These
I
kids have real problems now, and
But
then
that's
they're
not
in a
fair though, because
time.
we had real problems too. But it's different for them because we're the type of parents that talk to our kids and educate
Right.
them instead of just telling them to go sit their ass down
Joy
like
got
our
it
parents
for
did us.
real. And see, Christine, let me tell you something. You're doing good with your kids. You don't have to say nothing to nobody. Actions in the words.
She doing
You
amazing
young
with
man, let
them.
me tell you something, y'all.
I appreciate
Man,
it.
look here. Let me
You are
tell
doing
you.
your thing, girl.
Yeah, mama's gonna yell. I used to be like, man, my mother fuss all the time. Get out the back, okay? You know, but you know why she doing it? Because she cared. Then when you start showing that, I started being where my mother didn't have to say things to me because I knew what I had to do. So keep
That's
her
what I'm
from
trying
off
to
my
get
back.
at.
Let me just do it and stay out of it. Because if you're getting constantly in trouble, that means you all in her face and doing something that you don't want to do. And you probably just want to hug and stuff because mama ain't showing you no attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Am I correct?
Middle kids get no love.
The baby boy, he's toughing him up because he's always getting the, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. He ain't
He's gonna want
lying.
to make it to the NFL and be like, I'll have big brothers and they was tough, but they made me who I am today.
But let's be clear, y'all. Let's not make these kids think that their problems are just so big that they can't, do nothing
Right.
about it. Because everybody had problems growing up. We had the most problems, like Roy said. We was doing a crack epidemic. It was the realest of problems.
Yes.
No food, no lights, no gas. Y'all haven't experienced none of that because we go out of
Right.
our way to make sure you got everything that you need. So we just expect you to work just as hard as we work.
Right. That's
But
that
you know what, Joy?
Everything flow.
I'm sorry to cut y'all, but let's hear it. A dude said what you just said.
What?
As parents, as parents, we saw our parents struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So we struggle so they wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my kids feel like they kind of feel like they're entitled. And it was starting to be a question of should we let them struggle just a little bit?
Yeah, they make
Because
you feel like
sometimes
you
it's
owe
like
them something, and that's what mine do. Sometimes, like I be like, "Dang, I'm doing all this stuff, and I just ask y'all to do simple stuff to teach y'all the walks of life before you get out here in these streets. And these streets ain't gonna love you at all. They ain't gonna show you no love. So
They're
I'm
not
saying,
gonna love you the same way you do.
you
Well,
know,
I'm
you
gonna tell
only
you.
got one mom, and it's not. We're not perfect. We don't do everything right. We have to learn. Parenting didn't come with instructions. The kids didn't ask to be here. I get that. But at the same time, when your parent is there, she's doing all she can, not to get no kudos because you got them here. That is your
Your
job.
sons are looking like, man, we hear this even when the podcast. Now she done
You know,
told
so
oh,
I
wow,
just
we-
want them to understand that
Yeah.
it's a process. Everybody work together, it'll flow smoothly. But you got to put in some work too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hey,
And then
let
y'all
me
got to
tell you
remember
something.
it's a village. Like right now, you got your uncles on here. Y'all might not see them as your uncles, but remember, if your mama is doing something that you don't feel comfortable with or you need somebody to talk to, people like Roy and Typhoon, you talk to because they are your mentors. Your elders are your support system, whether they family or not. So don't ever feel like you by yourself and you don't have nobody to talk
Let me
to.
tell you, like they used to say, like if I was representing the streets, I'd be like, yeah, your mother's there for you. But now it's time to grind because now when you 18, your behind belongs to mine. You feel me? See, the world is wicked. I'm trying to be where you set up a path. Tafu, it's the same way. Me and Tafu run from LA to Kansas City. It done had nights for real. We done met with people, comedy and everything. Same for you, Robert. It's understanding.
What you got to say? He been so quiet.
He don't say nothing. If his name ain't said, he don't say nothing.
For Raleigh?
Yeah.
What you think about today, Raleigh? What you think about?
That's my guy.
What you say, Ray?
No, I said, what you thinking about? What was you thinking about? Like how your future is headed to?
Well, how
I'm not thinking about anything yet because I'm gonna wait until I'm 15 to decide all that. Right now, I'm just gonna live a carefree life and play video games.
You know what? He is the most honest. This boy will speak. He don't have Riley don't have no inhibitions.
He don't have a care in the world.
Riley, think about church. Cake. I put up with the church part so I get the cake. I'm not gonna concentrate on nothing. I'm not thinking on nothing until the 15th. I'm gonna live a carefree life.
And that's it.
Listen, I ain't even mad at him. At least he was honest.
Do cereal, go with milk. I'm not thinking about no time when cartoons are coming on.
Nothing.
I'm going to not do nothing till the 15th.
So he turned 15. That's it.
I mean, he was honest. He's like, where's Riley at? Well, he told us not to bother him till the 15th.
So, son, you don't have no opinions about nothing we was talking about with the Bible and nothing else we was talking about.
That's where mamas go wrong. He just told us he don't want to think about nothing.
No, but that's what mamas do right.
Buddy. I gotta work
harder. You don't let them just sit in the background. You make them step easy. Because I'm raising him to be a man before anything. So that's what we doing right now.
Hey, and fellas, when I see y'all mama's heads do like this, you better pay attention.
Period.
For real, you better pay attention.
Right, baby.
Right, unmute yourself and give us your opinions if you have any.
Okay.
All right, Riley like laid back and smooth. Riley like, all right.
Hey, excuse me, everybody. Before I'm gonna let you continue. Christina, you can run it, right? She got the rest of it. I had to make this appointment.
I got it.
Hey, young man, I got much love and respect for y'all. Every single one of them. When I come back down there, I'm gonna show you how much respect I got for you. Okay? And I ball, so I shoot some ball. I'm come up to Colorado Springs, kick it with you too, Rob. For real.
Hey. How you gonna play ball with you? Hey, look, Christina, she got a whole basketball team. You better sit your old butt down over here next to me.
Whoever scores the first point, the other one sit down and stuff. You feel me?
Nah, you better come over here and sit with me and be coach, nigga. Stop playing.
Hey, look at him.
We ain't running with these young cats, bro. We is coaches now. Oh, that says that you a coach.
Well, man,
that Clippers shirt show that you can't even be the coach.
Y'all don't even have a basketball team in your city. That's why you got a cowboy hat on. They do not play basketball for practice.
That's all right.
I love everyone on here. I talk to y'all later. Christina got the show.
Okay.
Hey, you want me to put that thing on, or you want to just end it?
I'll end it. I'll figure it out. I get it. My sister said, I think the show is very educational and very Christian child. Every Christian child should watch it. Thank you.
Every Christian.
Something real quick.
Oh yeah, sure. You have the floor.
Stranger Things is no Christian show, and it's not educational at all.
No, hold on. Listen, let me tell you something. It's weird that there's truth. There's a little bit of truth in everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, with the Stranger Things, it's crazy because you have to really start digging into your history and digging in a lot of things. In the military, I've seen a lot of things that I don't still discuss till this day. But the thing is, there is a lot of movies have been precursors to what's about to happen here in the future. And if you look up right now, and that they have been like working on the opening portals to other worlds and different things like that. It sounds crazy to us, but sometimes the truth will be put out there in front of you because it sounds so messed up that you wouldn't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? The truth is scary. And it's crazy that we look at a lot of things as entertainment, but at the same time, they putting it forth. Look at all the movies before all the Epstein stuff and all the child trafficking and stuff. They had movies and movies about this. It's been there. It's in your face, but we don't look at it. We like, oh, that's just a movie. It's entertainment. No. A lot of stuff is just like what we do on stage as comics. I don't watch comedy, so I tell the truth about my experiences. Now, what I do to make it funny is I embellish, I exaggerate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the story was true. You know what I'm saying? The story was true. So the thing is, we look at like Stranger Things, like, man, it's a crazy, I'm rewatching it now because I'm looking at information that they just put out about trying to open up different worlds and things like that. We don't educate ourselves. And for you guys, for the youth, y'all have a phone right there, but y'all don't research. Research is what this generation is missing.
Yep.
Right, reading is
research.
fundamental. It is, because a lot of things, if only you would read, you will understand more. But even the instructions on a simple toy, and you wonder why you still got screws left because you didn't even read the instructions on what. Oh, they put them in there extra. Nah, you
Extra
didn't read it. You didn't read it.
They always give you extra screws, bro.
Yeah, and the iron fell and messed up because you didn't read. That screw went somewhere, but you didn't read. So
and you ain't put it in there, everything gonna fall.
Not with the duct tape I got, Javar. Not.
He said duct tape.
And so y'all, this has been very informative. And the guys, y'all boys, young men, let me say that, I don't like to say boys, young men were very attentive and understood and did respond, although y'all didn't get a chance to really dig in to hear you guys' insights. But I don't want to get off without having each one of you say something that you took from here. And whoever didn't get a chance to introduce themselves or say a little something about themselves, they'll have that to do before we get off. So I think we stopped at look. I really want to know what else Lakevius had to say, because it was in him and he did get cut off. So LJ, you can take this time to finish what you were saying.
What I was saying was, what
I was saying was
preachers, like a lot of preachers are biased. Like there's very few churches you can go to and you have preachers that actually teach like the right way. Well, I don't want to say right way because a lot of people it's different ways, but they still doing it right. So I'm not just gonna say the right way, but teach in a way that is good for people and not just from their point of views and stuff. Because like a lot of preachers, they'll go into the church, they'll tell you to go do this, go do that, be loyal to God, do this and do this and do that. Like they all, great and stuff too. But then outside of church, they out here doing all this stuff, sleeping with other folks' wives and all it is, but you got your first lady in church with you on Sunday, but you out here with all these other folks. Like that's what a lot of preachers do. So what I do when I go to church is I just weed take out, what I know is right and all that, and then just go back and research whatever else they have said, to make sure, they ain't just out here saying any and everything, trying to make themselves sound good and, educational and whatnot. But
gotcha.
That's about it.
Get that dollar, huh? They gonna say whatever to get that dollar.
Get that money in their pockets. LJ ain't finna get
That's why
money.
That's why I want you to go ahead, look up the laws of Mayat. M-A-A-T. Look up the laws of Mayat and different things like that, so you can educate yourself more. So when you hear things, I read, like right now I'm reading the Mormon Bible. So you can recognize different things when you see it. And if you go into church, so you can hear and be like, no, that's not right. This is this, that, and the other. Because it talks about how they always in church say, you got to come to church to do this and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, the kingdom of God is in you. You are the church. This building is just no more than a place we all get together to kick it. Go, Javar, you got your head up. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, I was gonna say, how before my grandma Julie Mae died, she told me that you don't have to go to church to have church when the Spirit of God is right there with you. That's
It
what
is in you. It tells you that in Matthew 6. Yeah, not Matthew 6. I got the notes and whatever, but it tells you about. Matter of fact, I got my notes right here because I don't really follow the Christian doctrine like that, but I'm a God-fearing man. You know, you tell black folks that, they be like, "Oh, you going to hell? You don't follow the Christian doctrine, this, that, and the other, whatever." Although I do study out the Bible, but I was just talking about seeking the kingdom of God. It talks about it in Matthew 6. It was like seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And then it goes on to Luke about saying that, you know, the kingdom of God is within you, you know, and then you got to go back to John so you can understand. That's why you had to flip
Yeah, you
flop.
got to flip back and forth to get
Yeah. So you can understand what this was actually meaning. And it talks about in Matthew chapter 6, verse 22, the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, thine eye be single, talking about your third eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And different things like that. So I follow. I mean, there, like I said, there's truth in everything.
Right.
And we always been taught almost like, if you don't go to church, you're going to hell. Or if you don't go and believe this, that, it's about a relationship with your father.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
My relationship with him is going to be different than your relationship with him. Just like, Christina, you got 6 kids, right? You love them all, but you don't love them all the same. I mean, I'm not saying that one greater than the other or nothing like that, but your relationship with them is all different. One of them might be in the animal planet.
They got a million personalities. Imagine me being at home, all these kids, everybody got somebody in their head, and I got to deal with all of them.
Hey,
like who I'm talking to today, you know, who I'm talking to. You know,
I'm with you on that. And then you and your discipline for them is different too, right? Like
they
one of them
now.
Yeah.
One of them, if you don't talk to one of them, that might just destroy their whole day by you just ignoring them. But the other one, you might have to, you know what I'm saying? You might have to physically give him a whooping. But the other one, he'll take a whooping in a minute like, that ain't shit. I'm about to go to as long as I can go to the party, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So our father, our parent, our father does that with us. Okay, you don't understand the Jesus doctrine? Guess what? I got this over here, because it all teaches about love in the end. But the thing is, you have to have a relationship with him, not have somebody force that relationship with him.
Now you see that? Now how are we gonna address that? Because that's a good question. Because a lot of kids might go through this. Somebody said, "I don't."
My kids, can y'all answer that?
Oh,
yeah.
my father. How can I relate to that?
You wanna? Who wanna?
Yeah, everybody can just go around. With
we don't got that much time, y'all. We be going over and stuck over this.
Okay, I can talk. Like, what was the question?
Go ahead. If a person say, "I don't know my father," how am I going to relate to that? So how do you deal with that?
How can they relate to the Bible if they don't know their father? They have no relationship. How can they relate to it?
Here you go.
Are you talking about the Father in human form, or are they talking about God or Jesus?
God.
They're talking about.
Yeah, God, Jesus, wherever you want to call him, the universe.
You don't know him. What can y'all tell him about how to get to know him?
Just believe in him, pray to him, and if you pray right, he will answer your prayer.
And how can they relate to that information that's in that book if they have that no relationship with the entity in the book?
If I've never walked into a church, how do I say I don't even know what prayer is? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
Go to church.
How do you get it?
He said, go to church.
Yeah, is it go to church, or is it that you should be the light and I should see the light in you and want to research that?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch how you walk. You got to show and tell. You can't just tell and don't show.
The
Basically.
the best thing I've heard one guy say, he said, look, he said, you got to think of God like a gold maker that make gold. And gold makers put the gold in a fire, right? To make that burn off all the impurities and all that other stuff and the dirt off the gold, right? And he pulls it out, he puts it back in the fire. And God is this gold maker. So the thing is, somebody said, hey, how does the gold maker know when to take the gold out that is done and it's ready? Because the gold maker sees a reflection of himself. That's how he knows when to take it out. So sometimes putting you in the fire is not just to be an asshole. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And just putting you in the fire is so it can burn off all the impurities off of you. Until you are the light, you're going to keep going through that fire. And if I see that light in you, then it's going to make me want to research that and go be like, well, dang, I need to know who your father is. You be like, oh, it's your father too, but I don't know this until I see it in you.
Okay, Unflippable says, thank you guys. I tried to build a relationship with him at church, but my church is filled with so much drama that it's hard to even build a relationship with him there.
Well, honey,
I can relate to that, honey.
I think we can all relate to that. And I think one of the major things you should get from that is you got to seek. Just because you go to that church don't make it for you. Every church house is not for you, honey bun. So you have to find the one that's for you. Search in your heart and what feels right inside. If it don't feel right when you walk in that building, get out. It ain't
that negative energy.
And it's like that, and the people that's in the church pull you away from church. The church is supposed to be in you. You're supposed to come in and expect something. You shouldn't get pumped and primed when you get in the church. You should have been already pumped and primed before you walked in the door. So they want the who and hiding and the Holy Ghost shouting and you everybody shouting in the church, and when the music stops, they stop. You need to go on back out the door.
Javari, what you was gonna say? Did I say that right? Did I say his name right? Did I say
Javari?
Okay.
Yeah, man. I was to respond to that comment. I was gonna say it's gonna be drama everywhere you go. It's
what
up
you
to
said,
you
baby,
to get entangled in that drama, or you can just walk away from it.
True.
Look at you.
I love
you. A lot of people don't realize, and for the lady that's talking about that church, is sometimes we not here for us, we here for someone else. So you might be at that church because somebody else needs to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Period. Yes.
So I mean, you got to remember, even in that doctrine, with as far as Jesus and everything, he hung around thugs, pimps, players, and hoes. You dig? So maybe that's where you need to be so you can be that light. Jesus was in the midst of those because he was the light. To have people gravitate to him, like, maybe pimping ain't the way, maybe drugs ain't the way, maybe this ain't the way, because the Alphaeus boys was thugs. You know what I'm saying? They was nothing but hardcore thugs. You know what I'm saying? But because he was the light, he, in the midst of all those den of thieves, he was able to bring something good out of them. So maybe you at that church, not for you. You there for someone else.
And I had to learn that because I end up being places for a season. And once my season is up, all hell breaks loose because I don't belong there anymore. I did what I'm supposed to do, and it's time to move on out the way. We take seasonal things and we hold on to it because we feel like, oh, it's something left when you're getting all these nudges to tell you to move around. So something has to happen. Like, look, I done told you this way, but you don't want to listen. So I'm going to have to handle it like this. And you get kicked out of that place. You can't save everybody. How you reach and teach somebody else ain't going to understand. Not everybody's not going to understand your vision. And the reason why, because it's your vision. So I know our time is up. But I just want you guys to know.
Yo, we got to go with a part 2, Christina.
No,
what's up?
always. See, we be deep like that. We do that. It's going to have to be a part 2, part 3. Things get deep like that, but it's okay. I wanted to let my boys know in front of the world that I am so proud of y'all. Y'all may act a fool at the house, but baby, y'all done showed me well. I love y'all to death. And to my Riley nephew, baby, you keep it plain and simple because we don't play no games. You hear me?
Yeah, we both
If
don't.
they don't understand, they gonna understand today. You don't have to be loud and proud. You can just sit here and gravitate, take everything in. When it's my turn to speak, I speak.
Okay, Riley looked like his mama.
Yeah.
LJ and Javari is yours, right, Christina? And Isaiah and okay. The other three, I'm sorry, they don't look like you, Christina. You sure that they're yours?
They man. Yes.
Now, Javari, you, right there. You spit him out. That's you. I see him all in you.
I don't know. I think Isaiah and Jaquantis look like her too.
Yeah.
Adopted. I gotta be adopted because
he said he adopted.
He plays so much.
They like, hey, I need to see some photos.
What is like Unflippable said, your kids are so inspirational. And you know what? My kids are different. They're cut from a different cloth. A lot of people don't understand that they don't make that cloth no more. Their cloth is made especially for me. Because they run me down through there. And I learn from them whether they know it or not. But I do learn from them. So you guys, I appreciate my sister for life. Just met you, but you're stuck now. And I appreciate Thai Food Panda for coming on. And guys, they're saying that the kids are so inspirational. This show has been inspirational. Those are things that we love to hear. And kudos to you guys for making it all possible. It's just from here. This is just the beginning of a whole new thing. And I appreciate you guys. And Roy had to leave. But one thing I can say before we do get off this show, if you don't tell nobody else, tell 1 to 10 people you love them, because that may make their day. And do not let nobody put you in a box and minimize who you are, because they don't see your vision like you do. It does not make your vision any weaker than theirs. So we are somebody, and maybe if you may not get a job, maybe because you're supposed to own jobs and hire everybody else. So y'all keep a great mindset, and if nobody else tells you they love you, I love everybody. And until next time,
I love all y'all.
I love y'all. We in here.
That's powerful.
Hold up, I got a question for Top. How you say it?
Tafu.
Did you get your name from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, they actually did. Somebody else gave me that name. Yeah, I used to teach Kung Fu, and they gave me that name.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Tafu.
Well, I see you guys on the next show. Tell a friend, bring a friend, then tell them to bring some friends.
I bring my girlfriend.
We got to get a bigger platform, you guys. So this goes to show y'all we only have 10 on this screen, but it's gonna go bigger than that. We're gonna do it. A building so it can be done. So that's our vision. We got to make it plain. Let's make it happen. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Holla back. Love y'all.
Love. Nice meeting y'all.
This 1 hour and 33 minutes was good.
Sure, we knew it was an hour and 33.
I'm gonna bring my friend Jamie in next time.
Okay, guys. So I
bring them on.
Before we get
have friends.
I'll see you guys later.
Have a great one, guys.
All right. Peace out.